Welcome to a live lunch with WWE Locker Talk, the show everything past, present, and future of the WWE. Today we have some fan questions for you guys that you've asked. We also have some news topics and injury reports to go over. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to throw it over to Koltyn for our first topic here.
Yeah, hopefully you're enjoying a nice lunch or a breakfast or dinner whenever you're happening to watch this show, because we know you're not watching live. We can see you, or rather not see you.
Yeah, but we know.
But we know, yes. So, our first topic of the week happened, was it last Monday at Raw or the Raw before? Either way, it was one of the two. In a dark match before the event, Samoa Joe wrestled his very first main roster match against Tyson Kidd. Unfortunately, Tyson Kidd got injured, apparently at the end of the match, a spinal cord injury. Which, as you can probably guess, having minimal knowledge of anatomy, that's not good. It seems that Kidd will be out for a few months. As of this morning, WWE officially now has confirmed it, even though, let's be honest, we all knew it happened because we are all on the internet. It's pretty obvious. And so what we want to discuss on this one is what ramifications is Tyson Kidd being injured, specifically on Cesaro. As you all know, both. I assume we have two fans. As you all know, we're big fans of Cesaro, and so this has a big impact on us, on what's gonna happen with Cesaro from here. And so I don't know. I would personally love for Cesaro to get not necessarily a huge push, but at least a big push to where he can have a good singles run for a while, maybe challenge for the Intercontinental title, or have a feud with John Cena for the U.S. title. I feel like that could be really good for Cesaro. With that said, I don't think it's going to happen. They're just going to have him being in meaningless mid-card, low-card level matches and not really do anything. Oh, Cesaro. Honestly, Matt and I discussed this beforehand as we were getting our lunch, that we would think it would be really cool for Cesaro to remain in the tag team division by himself and just make Cesaro just this absolute powerhouse, and just run roughshod over the tag team division by himself. It wouldn't really make New Day look good if Cesaro beat New Day for the title. Getting a phone call here. We're just going to ignore it. Okay. So, but yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts on Cesaro? What do you think is going to happen? What do you wish could happen with Cesaro?
Well, I mean, the same thing, really. It'd be nice for him to get in there, especially if you gave Bad News Barrett the Intercontinental for a sixth time. Cesaro would come in. I feel like those two would have some great matches.
Really good matches.
Two powerhouses in there just going at it. It would also be amazing if he went for John Cena's title. That could be a good storyline, someone for Cena to hook onto after the Owens thing.
Well, speaking of amazing, these Subway sandwiches are delicious. Make sure to check out your local Subway sometime in the near future to get a great Subway sandwich.
A little over $5.
Little bit, not quite $5 anymore.
Back is our thing. The tag team division, it would be great if he did that, because I'm not certain about the timetable return for Tyson Kidd, but it'd be nice if it coincided with the Usos returning, because then you could have Cesaro just kind of powerhousing his way through. Kidd comes back, and then the Usos come back with so much thunder that it would really pull some power to the tag team division that way. But as Koltyn said, it'll probably be low card matches. Him against Stardust. Him against
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, probably on a live show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully we see him.
Here's an interesting question: do you think they're going to put them back together when they come back, or will they just break them up for good now? That's happened a lot in the tag team division. If one guy gets injured, a lot of times they don't come back together. So that's another possibility we haven't thought of.
I don't think they'll break them up just because of the pops they get.
Yeah.
Coming out with Natalya, but maybe this will give Natalya a chance to actually wrestle in the Divas division.
When was the last time that happened?
Well, we only currently have 3 divas on the main roster that wrestle.
Yeah.
Well, 2 technically, but they say 3.
Yeah.
So
one of them's athletic and no personality, whatever.
But so that's what we feel might or will. We might be right. Who knows? None of us know enough about it to dispute it.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to our next topic here. Segue it over.
Viewer.
We got a viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully you're eating some lunch right now.
Yeah. Hope you're enjoying your lunch, or if you're in a different time zone, because I know we have a few fans overseas. You in Britain.
Oh. We startled the poor fellow away.
I guess not. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So as was just announced this last Monday on Raw, the viewer's back.
We're back.
This is fun. Announced on Raw, July 4th, Independence Day, the 4th of July, America Day. They were doing a live event, live from Japan, which is cool. I don't know if WWE has ever televised, or at least in my time of watching, has ever televised an event from Japan. So that'll be really cool to see. But just going off the Cesaro Tyson Kidd, they're scheduled for a match against the New Day. This viewer needs to make up their mind.
Yeah.
My gosh, viewer, come on.
You can watch Netflix anytime.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd are set to face the New Day for the titles. I assume that's, come on, viewer.
Come on, man.
Killing us. So I assume that they're going to be changing that in some sort. I'm not really sure what is going to be shown on this network special. I've heard it's just going to be the one match, the NXT title match. I've also heard they're going to show the whole card. What was that? Matt's a very popular guy, and he forgot to silence his phone before the show started, unlike some people. Anyways, which leads us into our next little segment here. This live event will be apparently the main event of the show will be Kevin Owens against Finn Balor, number 2. For the first time, this is gonna be weird. The U.S. fans are gonna feel what it's like to be a wrestling fan overseas and have to change your schedule to watch wrestling. I believe it's
a lot of people will do it for that match.
Yeah, I think I will as well. Honestly, I don't know when else I'm gonna do it on that day. It's a very busy day for us Americans, and so yeah, Finn Balor won the number 1 contender spot at the last takeover. The Owens and Balor had a good match before, but it definitely didn't live up to the matches like Owens, Zayn Neville, etc., etc. And so I really hope they bring it. It'll be interesting to see how the live show works, how the audio is going to be working in Japan. I assume it's going to be better than what a normal live show would be, just since it's going to be airing on the network. But I'm interested to see this. I don't know how they're going to do this. I assume that Kevin Owens is going to win, because I feel like if he lost the title, he'd lose a lot of steam, especially since he's been facing John Cena. He beat John Cena, and so I feel like he might lose a little bit of steam. But he has to lose the title eventually, and you'd think it would be sometime soon, just because he is moving up to the main roster. So what do you think about Kevin Owens? Talk a little bit. I'm going to go plug in our my laptop in case it. Oh, thank you, Michael Farmer, as the one viewer who keeps logging in and off. Who wants Subway? You're welcome. Subway owes us some money now.
Cheap pop.
But yeah, cheap pop. There we go. So yeah, explain what your thoughts on Kevin Owens and Finn Balor is. I'm gonna go get the charger to plug in our computer. I will be right back.
All right. Well,
I'm taking my sandwich with me.
For me, this match all rests on Finn Balor, because we know Kevin Owens.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
We know Kevin Owens can perform, but Finn Balor, if he's not up to the standards that he normally is in big matches, we've seen it happening before where it's kind of sluggish. You're not as into it. So I believe it all rests on Finn Balor. If Finn Balor can do that, if he can use his high-flying skills, his athleticism, his stamina to stay in this match. I don't see Kevin Owens losing the title overseas like that. I would see him losing it on just an NXT pay-per-view, not necessarily just this live event. So he holds on to it for a little longer, beats Finn Balor, probably loses it within the month though.
But who beats him though? Who do we have on NXT? Samoa Joe is about the only guy I can think of, and
well,
I assume they don't want to keep Joe down there for a long period of time.
We do have a bona fide stud down there that.
How you doing?
And you can't teach that.
You cannot teach that. You know what else you can't teach? How to make a delicious Subway sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the meatball marinara. Matt, what are you dining on for this lovely lunch with Locker Talk?
I have a delicious foot-long spicy Italian.
Oh man, and let me tell you, viewers, it smells delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So get out to your Subway, your local sub shop, and get you a nice, healthy Subway sandwich. Except I'm eating a meatball, so it's not that healthy.
But who beats him for the title? That is a good question.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people wouldn't really be able to answer that. It could be Finn Balor. I don't see Finn Balor coming up anytime soon.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. I feel like NXT is lacking a little bit of star power right now.
They brought up Neville.
They brought up Neville.
Sami Zayn's
they brought
injured.
up Sami Zayn's injured. They brought up Kevin Owens. I mean, Kevin Owens will still be on NXT for a while, from what I've been hearing, but still, there's a little bit of a lack of depth in star power. I guess Tyler Breeze, he's really the only option.
Or Charlotte.
Yeah,
Charlotte,
one of the two. She's only really been there a little bit. Charlotte could win it. They could both win it. It'd be like the most beautiful
tag
NXT
team world champion NXT.
Yeah, it'd be really great. Which leads us right into our question. We had a question from some of our biggest fans across the pond at RTM Wrestling. That is at RTM Wrestling on Twitter. They have a fantastic show on YouTube. Make sure you give them a watch. Someone's here. I'm scared. Anyways, yeah, RTM Wrestling. Check their show out. Check their Twitter. There's some great people over there. They're really fun to watch and listen to. They have a lot of really good points on wrestling. Well, I feel like we just kind of ramble a lot. Either way, RTM asked us, where do we think Kevin Owens is going to go? What do we think is Kevin Owens' future? And Matt, I want to ask you this question first. I know you're not as high on Kevin Owens as I am, and I feel like I've got a really exciting thought that I've been mulling over for a while. So what do you think on Kevin Owens?
Well, I've thought about this because I knew this question was coming and we had to go over it. And I've gone back and forth. Does he need to win the feud with John Cena? Does he not need to win the feud? And I'm going to say, and it's not biased because I don't like him, I'm going to say Kevin Owens needs to lose the feud with John Cena in the long run. Because, and my school of thought is based off of what John Cena said. You know, comes out there, he said, act like you've been there before, act like you're a man. He needs to lose the feud, go into another feud with someone else, maybe someone like Sheamus, and just dominate that feud all over the place. Just win every match by miles, beat him up behind the scenes, typical heel stuff. And that right there would really launch him into the mature superstar that he should be. And right up there with the John Cena level. And that would be a tasteful way of bringing him up there without just obviously losing to John Cena because it's John Cena.
Now, I agree. I don't know if he should lose the feud, but he needs to lose a match. Mm-hmm. Because as we all know, the whole unbeaten thing in wrestling just doesn't work.
It loses its luster.
Look where Rusev is right now.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his country. He lost his woman. He lost his title. He lost to John Cena. He lost everything just because he was unbeaten for so long. And then he faced Johnny Boy. But yeah, over like long term, where do you think Kevin Owens is going to do in WWE? He is a bit older, obviously, but
31.
But
31.
I mean, Cena's like
30,
80.
37. Orton is 35.
Yeah, but he still has. He could definitely probably go to top level there, for maybe 10 years now.
And with that, I also thought about, because last show I did say he was going to be a world champion, and then as I was driving, I think 2 days ago, I was thinking, well, you have Owens, you have Ambrose, you have Reigns, you have Rusev, you have Wyatt, all these young guys. Since they don't have 2 world championships anymore, where are you going to fit all these guys in? I mean, some of them have to take the fall and just be a bad news bear type guy, the 5-6-time Intercontinental champions. Obviously, we saw it with Cesaro. who's now in the tag team division. He'll probably win another tag team title, maybe another U.S. title. So we're going to have some of those guys that need to not win the big one, or maybe just be a one-time. And I think Owens is going to be, at best, a two-time world heavyweight champion, but one of those reigns would probably be a year.
I think he could have a really long reign where he just dominates everybody as the champion.
It would be much like a Brock Lesnar one if Brock Lesnar was there every week. I do think that they will meet Lesnar and Owens one time within the next 2 years, and it's going to be a great experience.
It's going to be amazing for everyone involved.
But definitely Owens is going to be, at best, a two-time world champion. I don't see him winning any Intercontinental or U.S., though, because I feel like his gimmick and his persona, is just above that. And you have some wrestlers that is just above that.
Yeah, and they're shooting him straight to the top, which is great. But here's my thought I've had. I think Owens, he's going to be a really good top guy. I'm afraid Neville might not be a top guy. I would love him to be, but I just feel like his size works against him here. But here's my thoughts, and I hope you all enjoy this thought as much as I had when I had it. Sometime, I'm guesstimating sometime between WrestleMania 33 and 35, 36, something within the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have an epic championship match between Kevin Owens, the reigning champion, against Sami Zayn. And after all these years, it's just, it's already been building up for years and years. Sami Zayn hasn't beaten Kevin Owens in WWE. And Owens just keeps pushing Sami Zayn down and down again. But in a few years, mark my words, Sami Zayn gets his retribution against Kevin Owens and wins the championship at the big one.
The grandest stage of them all.
At the grandest stage of all. And it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for it. It's probably not going to happen because I want it to happen.
Sounds like a great idea, though.
But I just feel I had that thought, and I'm really, really excited about where that's going. Maybe. If Zayn gets healed back. Apparently Zayn, they're saying he should be back around October, which there is an NXT takeover special supposed to be happening then. So I feel Zayn should hopefully be back by then. Also with that, apparently Zayn was supposed to be the one who'd be facing Cena and be in the position that Owens is now. How do you think, would people still be reacting the same if it would have been Zayn against Cena? I feel like it wouldn't have been the same.
It wouldn't have been as big a reaction.
It wouldn't work because
you have two faces.
You have two faces, and Zayn obviously isn't the kind of guy who just dominates everyone like Owens is, and I feel like that's why everybody likes it, because everyone wants to see John Cena get dominated.
That would be interesting though if they put the Intercontinental title on Ziggler and Zayn came up to challenge Ziggler. So you'd have Owens Cena on one side, and then Zayn Ziggler on the other.
I don't know if I can handle that. Woo! But yeah, anyways, so once again, that was RTM Wrestling gave us that question. Thanks, guys.
Great question.
We really appreciate your support. I know you've given us a few viewers, so we really appreciate that. I don't think we're really getting that many viewers, because between my mom and the farmers, that's about our viewership.
We're doing as many cheap pops as we can.
We're trying. Hopefully Subway can work out a deal with us. At least they should, but whatever. Either way, speaking of Farmer, I know Farmer had a plethora of questions, and we've chosen to ignore a few of them because they're not wrestling related. We don't feel like it. So Matt, what's the first question from Farmer here?
The first star-studded question is, was it of all or any celebrity storylines that we enjoyed?
And the answer to that question,
no.
None of them. They all sucked.
And it's not that we feel all of them, but all of them in our time frame, seeing them live is just very bad. I
mean, really, Bob Barker has been the star of the celebrity guests in wrestling in our time. Because I mean, Tyson, that was slightly before our time a little bit.
I guess if I had to pick the dwarf of the midgets here, so to say.
El Torito or Hornswoggle?
I would go with, in 2005, AJ Brzezinski, right after the White Sox won the World Series.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
that would be mine.
Yeah, but yeah, really, Machine Gun Kelly's going to be on Raw. Make sure to plan your bathroom break accordingly. Yeah, really, no really celebrities that we've really enjoyed.
Interesting question, though.
Yeah, thanks, Farmer.
Thinking outside the box on that one.
Yeah, I even like this next one better. Farmer's next question is a two-parter. He wants to know what heels do we like, and what faces do we dislike? And when I interpreted this question, I kind of I'm not going with current stars or current wrestlers, because anymore I really don't go for who's face and who's heel. I just like who can put on a good show in this. Kevin Owens, right there, good example. Bad guy, but I love Kevin Owens, fantastic. Face, everybody hates Cena. But so let's start off with the heels that we've liked. And I guess we'll start off with the hashtag heel, Dolph Ziggler. I just always loved Dolph Ziggler, whether he's a face or a heel. Heel Ziggler. Interrupting Z True Long Island Story. You're welcome, Zack Ryder. I felt like the liked heels one was a little bit harder for me. I just don't know if it's because I'm just a person who dislikes things a lot. I'm just a negative person. I don't know. But for me, originally when I got into wrestling way back in 1998, The Rock was just finishing the big heel run that really got him on the map. And so, but I just liked The Rock. At that point, I don't think I really knew the difference between a face and a heel. And so I really liked The Rock back then. Since then, my thoughts have changed, but we'll get to that later. Randy Orton. As I was younger, I won't say I really liked Randy Orton as heel. I loved playing as Randy Orton in all the WWE video games. His moveset was just really fun and really great, and I always thought it was just really fun to play as Randy Orton. Eddie Guerrero, another one. Eddie's just a likable guy, and we dearly miss him. And I feel like he's the only guy who could get away with lying, cheating, and stealing, and being a babyface. It's really good. So Matt, your liked heels. Who you got?
My liked heels. It's this one. It's not that I liked him. I just enjoyed the storylines he was in, and that's Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
VKM.
When he was in there, you kiddos now watch it, and you see the Authority in there with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, J&J Security, and all that stuff. Well, back in the day when Vince McMahon was there week in and week out, that was some great stuff, especially the storylines with DX and the Spirit Squad. That was great.
Speaking of Dolph Ziggler.
Speaking of Dolph Ziggler. It was just fun to watch him on there because he got a little angrier than Triple H. I think Triple H is more of the, he's the cerebral assassin. He plays mind games with you, and
But when he does get mad, he just
it's good.
The damn breaks. It's really good, but it takes him a while. Yeah.
And it was also fun to see Vince McMahon step in the ring too, because he can wrestle and he doesn't have to take those pops. He doesn't have to go through tables. He owns it, but he does it because he knows the viewers want to see it, and that's why he's on my list there. Also, I like Rusev. I know he's current, but Rusev's good. The shoeless wonder, as some people in some circles like to call him.
Also, I made a really great tweet the other day about Rusev wearing shoes, and it was a really good pun, nice. And I feel like you guys didn't appreciate it as much as you should. So go back and make sure you favorite and retweet that tweet, because it was really funny, and it was by accident, and it just worked out really well. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I have two left, real fast. The other one is JBL. When he was at the tail end of his career, I loved watching him because he was a classic heel character. Come out, rich, fancy, has Julian Hall as the manager, then get right up in someone's face and, you know what, you want to fight? All right, walks out of the ring, leaves, won't fight until there's an actual match, and then when there is a match, he just dominates. The clothesline, hell. I mean, what is he, 6'6", 6'7"?
Yeah, big guy.
Close to 300 pounds. I mean, this guy dominated when he was champion.
And he was just really dislikable. Everybody hated JBL.
And then my last one's kind of cheating, but he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and that's the Rated R superstar Edge as a heel. I loved him when he was with Lita and he won his first championship. I loved how he handled it, how he didn't care. I loved battle royals where he would purposely just sit outside the ring and wait and then just pop in. It was fun to watch him.
Opportunist.
Yeah.
That he was.
And everyone hated him, and out of that, for some reason, everyone just loved him overnight. And so that brings us into the second part of Farmer's Question. The baby faces that we did not like, we didn't root for. And for me, this was kind of a harder one to go for. I know Koltyn is extremely excited about one of his picks, and frankly, so am I, because I haven't heard his rant yet. No. But I'm gonna go ahead and say the entire cruiserweight division from back in the day. I know there were some good ones in there. I loved seeing the Mexicools come out. But overall, the matches were just too lucha underground. Even the American wrestlers, it was just too lucha underground. And you can only take so much of that style of wrestling. I understand it's impressive. I understand it's awesome. But limit it to maybe 10 minutes per show every 6 shows. I mean, so I'd go with him. Also, I'm going to go with The Rock for baby faces I don't like. He was good on the mic. He was a great wrestler. I just don't like him because he left to do movies. He's not that great of an actor. I mean, he's okay, but he's really pigeon-toed to action movies. Action movies.
San Andreas is doing rather well. I don't want to see it.
We've all seen Tooth Fairy, or maybe just me, but it was horrible.
We watched that in class one day.
Oh, really?
I think in middle school or high school. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would have been better for him as a heel.
It was in Walker's class because he never taught anything.
No. And then other than those two, baby faces. I can't really think of any. Koltyn has one of mine that I really liked, but he got it first, so I'm gonna shoot.
Wait, which one was that? You can do that one. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well,
I will just agree with your sentiments already.
I'm gonna agree. Or I'm gonna take it and go with Rey Mysterio Jr.
Was his dad anything
I think he may have been a semi-professional.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio Jr. was good for what he was, and then a very tragic thing happened, and Eddie Guerrero passed away. And for some reason, the WWE's like, let's exploit that by pushing Rey Mysterio. So they pushed him, and that match, although I don't like Rey Mysterio, but that match of Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania is one of my favorite matches of all time.
Good match.
Really, really good. And Rey Mysterio's first title reign was okay. The rest of them were kind of especially that one time he won the Battle Royal. Not even a full day. John Cena came out and took it from him.
And Cena was Cena.
Yeah, just to push the Cena-Punk feud. But Rey Mysterio Jr., he was good for what he was, but he shouldn't have been that level of a superstar. He should have been a Hall of Fame mid-carder with one title reign, much like Ziggler might do with his career.
He has 2 title reigns.
He does have 2 title reigns.
Yeah, with the Rey Mysterio thing, I think it's just that once you see Rey Mysterio, you've seen all of Rey Mysterio. It was really cool to see all those fun moves, but then after a while, it just wasn't there. And then he was injured, and they kept extending his contract for seemed like forever. You okay?
Yeah.
It's a good sandwich, huh?
It is. I want to eat more, but the 619, that's another reason. I like finishers that I can believe, like the Bullhammer, the GTS. The 619, who's going to hang there for that long, get hit?
Well, never mind. I was going to make that's terrible. Sorry. We'll talk about it later. It's not appropriate to talk about on the show. Anyway, so, yeah, my dislike faces. I'm going to go with Batista as well. I mean, I liked Batista a little bit. Question, yes.
Do you not like Batista or Blue Tista or both?
I loved Blue Tista. That was one of my favorite hashtags of last year, I think it was.
Already, yeah, last year.
Because it's funny, because then he was blue in the movie and it's fun stuff. But yeah, but no, I think it was really beforehand when he was on SmackDown for a while, was he not?
Yeah, he held the World Heavyweight for a year, same time Cena held the WWE for a year.
Yeah, I just never. It's not that I just didn't like him. It's just that I never really watched SmackDown from like 2001 to 2015. Since like last week, because Kevin Owens was on it. But yeah, it's just obviously Batista's great. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame, I assume. A big, powerful guy, but it's so whiny. When he kind of got into that whole whiny kind of phase, kind of like Bret Hart did way back when.
Yeah.
He just got kind of whiny and he quit and all this
stuff. Image a little bit.
But yeah, and so I loved him in Guardians of the Galaxy, though.
Good movie.
Yeah, he showed his real personality there.
Hysterical.
He's so much better in that movie than he was on wrestling.
Way better than The Rock.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Acting.
Walking tall. Anyways, another one, Lesnar. I'm not going to go through this again. I've talked about how much I don't like Brock Lesnar 100 million times in this show. Yeah, the guy can't talk, so I don't see why he's that great.
Although, if Lesnar Cena had another feud, no title, who would you want to win that?
Cena.
Yeah.
I'd pick Cena any day. He has like 7 moves now, so why are we complaining so much? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, yes, list. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
You'll probably be able to eat your whole sandwich in this rant.
I'm ready for this one.
All right, brother.
Michael Farmer, are you ready for this?
I think he's not ready. Let me tell you something, brother. Hulk Hogan is a piece of shit. What the heck? Like, it wasn't that I didn't like him when he was wrestling, but you just hear stories and stories about Hulk Hogan, and you just start thinking, this guy's a bad person. He's just a dislikable person. I know I've ranted about this on other shows before. I'm going to do it again. So, as you all know, we're not currently watching World Championship Wrestling. We're watching the WWE. And one of those reasons I feel is probably because they give a creative license to guys like Hulk Hogan, to whatever Hulk Hogan feels like, brother. And so, and honestly, that's one of the big things that I feel like just put that company in the ground. Hulk Hogan was a guy who didn't like to lose. Let's be honest. He thought he's Hulk Hogan. He is God's gift to wrestling. Mm-hmm. And to be quite honest, I would take Axelmania over Hulkamania any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Curtis Axel has a lot more wrestling talent. I'm really pissed off, to be quite honest with you, about the fact that Hulk Hogan wants another match. He wants a title run. How dare he ask for a title run right now? The man's like 70 years old. He physically can't even do a leg drop anymore. Like, his back is so messed up, he can't do a leg drop anymore. I know he's been training, but he can't do it, and it really bugs the heck out of me. Fun story here that I've heard. That feud way back when. Shawn Michaels, the greatest wrestler of all time, and Hulk Hogan were tag team champions, right? Or they were in a tag team together. And Shawn Michaels turns on Hulk Hogan. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. You didn't see it coming. So then all this happens, and what happens? Oh, Hulk Hogan beats Shawn Michaels. Just completely deflates everything. Why? Well, let's ask Shawn Michaels. What does Shawn Michaels have to say on this subject? Well, apparently Hulk Hogan just flat out refused to lose to the best wrestler ever. Flat out refused. Why? Because he's Hulk Hogan and he thinks he's better than himself. You want to know, great things about Hulk Hogan. Celebrities who have had a sex tape. Let's think about this one. Kim Kardashian, Hulk Hogan. Is there another wrestler? I don't care. Don't try to change it. I know there have been other wrestlers, but I'm trying to make a point here. And so Hulk Hogan just seems to he's all in it for himself. He only thinks about himself. He cheated on his wife. That's wrong. Or his wife.
On his wife with his
daughter's
friends. Yeah, something like that.
God, what a scumbag. Come on. But, I just don't like him. He's just completely tarnished every good thought I've ever had about Hulk Hogan. Just seeing his match, I just want to see him lose every match, even though I know he won't. Let's be honest, Andre should have beat him at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. But no, he's Hulk Hogan, and so he's going to do whatever he wants. He just has a really big ego. He only cares about himself. Do you have anything to add on Hulk Hogan?
I would have loved to see when Goldberg was champion, a Goldberg-Hulk Hogan match for that title.
Yeah. That didn't happen.
2 people that refuse to lose.
Speaking of people who don't want to lose and only care about them, that Kevin Nash guy.
Kevin.
Woo!
Big D's.
Yeah, that's not good enough around CM Punk. But yeah, Hulk Hogan. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. I think the leg drop is a weak move.
It is a really weak move.
The boot to the face was very slow every single time. It was very planned.
If he wasn't around in the 80s, there's no way he would have been what he is today.
Because John Cena sells it way more, and John Cena is the new version of Hulk Hogan. Better moves, better persona, better mic skills.
That some people might kill us for that. But no, I saw a thing on the internet. If we're just gonna keep the show going a little longer, I saw an article that was questioning if Cena is selling too much. After 20 years of people saying Cena doesn't sell anything, now there's an article saying he sells too much. What's going on here?
I do believe the WWE actually lost money, quite a bit of money the past 3 years. So we should probably have Cena sell as much as possible, do all the live shows, all the benefits he can do.
Let's be honest, that's all the merchandise they have. So Cena needs to sell a little more, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Hulk Hogan sucks a lot. So he's not welcome on our show. I didn't want to say this in public, but he's actually asked to be a guest on our show a few times to get as much publicity to talk about as he wants.
We didn't want to bring it up, but
I feel like it needs to be said and the truth needs to come out. I feel like Hulk Hogan is the kind of guy who will I feel like people say this about Cena a lot. He's the kind of guy who will pretend to put someone over, but just put himself over instead. Like, oh yeah, he's really good, but when I did it like this, and Andre couldn't get up from this, and blah, 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 whatever.
Randy Savage was a better wrestler than Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah. You know, we said on episode 2 that we would do a whole show like Randy Savage, and that was our first time ever even getting close. Ooh, we could do a Subway commercial as Randy Savage.
We could. You could be Randy Savage, I could be Booker T.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something here. The Subway sandwich is the sandwich for you, my friend. Oh.
Segway, is that where Bray Wyatt got his hand stuff?
I don't know anything about that, brother. But let me tell you about the... Oh, God, leg cramp. Oh, God, start talking.
Also, am I the only one that thought it was hysterical on Monday? The Sonic commercials.
That was really
we just need the handshake. All right. Just the handshake this time.
Handshakes.
That was hysterical. Big Show, how many flavors you got? I'm gonna need one of each one.
Try them all.
What was it, theory actor?
Or? Yeah, I'm a method actor.
Method actor, yeah.
It's funny because Big Show's big.
Well, anyway.
Yeah. Let me know what you thought of my nice Randy Savage impersonation. Make sure to snap into a Slim Jim, brother. Something like that. He talks like this. And he waves his fingers around. That's when you first did your Bray Wyatt impersonation, I thought you were trying to do Randy Savage. But you put on the glove and said you were doing. But yeah, anyway, so
I also think they should sell a replica glove on wwelockertalk.com. So Vince, you know what to do now.
I'm gonna watch me. So yeah, Matt, what do we have coming up next week?
Next week we have a very, very special show. It is the long-awaited, long overdue argument.
We're gonna get to it, I promise.
Who is the face, or who should be the face of the company?
It should be us.
John Cena, Randy Orton. We're gonna talk better wrestling styles. We're gonna talk about title reigns. We're gonna talk about feuds. We're gonna do it all, and then we're also going to talk about ladder matches you may have forgotten. We're not gonna talk about Money in the Banks. We're not going to talk about...
Well, we will be talking about Money in the Bank. We're also going to be doing our Money in the Bank show.
We will, yes.
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Not at the same time, no. Oh, did you want to do the who we would want to be the Money in the Bank right now?
We've ranted long enough. We might as well keep going.
We're going to do a little PS segment on WWE Live Lunch with Locker Talk.
Yes.
We will be talking about Money in the Bank next time.
Yes, we'll be going over a full preview of the show as you've seen us do.
As well as the
4 times now. Yeah, and the ladder match thing.
But for right now, we are going to do a quick segment of what we would want from this ladder match, this Money in the Bank, who we want in it, besides who they have in already. So do you want to give us yours?
Yes. My first contestant, obviously Dolph Ziggler. The next contestant, also Dolph Ziggler. The third one, Dolph Ziggler. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler. Number 5, Zack Ryder. Number 6, Dolph Ziggler. And number 7, Dolph Ziggler. Now, so in this match, we're going to have the Zigglers going at it, right? Headbutting people and getting busted open and super kicking everything in sight. One of the Zigglers gets out of the ring and super kicks Michael Cole in the face. And, yeah, but Ziggler wins.
All right. With mine, I would want Dolph Ziggler, Adrian Neville. I would want Bad News Barrett. I would want Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, not Roman Reigns. I would want Bo Dallas. I know, but I think he's a talented guy. Bo Dallas.
She's a Roman Reigns for Bo Dallas. Oh, God.
Bo Dallas, Dean Ambrose. And for the last contestant, I would want Samoa Joe to come out because I have seen him do some X Division matches over in TNA. I don't believe Colton's ever seen an X Division championship match.
Oh, I have.
They're very, very exciting, and I know Samoa Joe can do it. I think it would be a huge pop if he came out last without being announced in there.
That was back when TNA was slightly less awful than it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if you who watch TNA, but let's be honest.
I think WWE should pick up an idea like that where the poles go up, the ropes go across, championships in there. That'd be really fun to watch.
Apparently, they just killed Mickie James on TNA on TV.
Huh.
Yeah. So, great decision there, booking crew. I guess that'd be another time where we talk about. We're not talking about how good the WWE creative is. We're just saying at least they didn't. Oh wait, they killed off Vince McMahon. Never mind. That was his idea, though.
And then was back.
Yeah, because he who must not be named did some terrible
circumstances.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that one because we try to think about the positives. Is there anything else?
Any announcements?
No. We have our show next week. Follow us on Twitter at wwelockertalk. Subscribe to our channel that way.
Yeah,
that way.
Southwest.
Yes. Like the video right down there.
Comment directly under.
Follow us on Facebook. We don't have a Facebook.
We also have an email address.
Don't use it. Please don't. But I think it's actually in the description just in case you want to for whatever reason.
There's been speculation of a Facebook talk coming up. I know at RTM Wrestling.
Hi guys.
They are speculating of being a Facebook. Both of us weighed in on it. Koltyn acknowledged.
I was just referencing How I Met Your Mother because I don't really care what I just wanted to talk like Barney Stinson. And
I feel that they're in a place to get a Facebook because they're super popular.
We're not.
We'll get there eventually.
Also, question for anyone watching. I'm curious, how do you guys follow so many Twitter accounts? Because I try to go through and I try to follow as many wrestling fans as I can. But there's
wrestling.
But a lot of these people are just like, 42 people unfollowed me today. Check out how to find out for you on this app. Like,
we're not in it for the cheap pops of following. We want just wrestling people.
And then there's these 13-year-old girls like, oh my gosh, Dean Ambrose is so hot. I love Dean Ambrose. Have you heard about Dean Ambrose? I love Dean Ambrose. And I don't want those, but there's so many of them. I'm trying to follow as many of you as I can. I assume if you're watching this, we probably follow you, except for Farmer.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not. Daniel's.
We were following him, and then
Twitter glitched.
Yeah, and then we were unfollowing him. But I feel awkward following him again. But yeah, how do you guys follow so many? I want to know.
It clutters your news feed to where Twitter's not even fun.
Yeah.
At that point.
But we want to follow people. We want to get connected with more people to talk about wrestling. We definitely enjoy talking with you guys on Twitter. I know I do because I don't have a life, and Matt does. Matt just had a job interview today, so let's hopefully
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Say your prayers to whichever God you choose to pray to, or if you don't, sorry.
So yeah, if you're gonna watch this later on, grab some sweet tea, grab some Dr. Pepper. I prefer Dr. Pepper cherry. Grab a sandwich, grab some spaghetti. I don't care.
Or SpaghettiOs if you're 4.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Or what's the one they do in the Goofy movie? The soup.
I don't know. I have the Goofy movie on my computer. We can watch it right now.
Yeah, they heat up the soup with the
on the engine. Is that how they do it?
The cigarette lighter.
Oh yeah, I know.
Potatoes or
the. Hey, if you are a fan of Disney, let us know what kind of spaghetti.
Yeah, what do they call it?
Concoction do they use in the Goofy movie? The first person to tweet us the answer, the correct answer, will win a prize. You will win our official Locker Talk T-shirt. We don't actually have one, but we'll draw you a picture and send you a tweet back of what a Locker Talk T-shirt might look like.
Also, I would like all you guys to weigh in. I'm thinking about getting a shirt of WWE. Should I get a Dean Ambrose shirt?
Yes.
Should I get a Roman Reigns shirt, or should I wait for a Neville shirt to come out for the main roster?
They do have a Neville shirt for the main roster.
It's
purple.
Oh, it's purple. Is it the shooting star?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look at it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a really long outro.
It is.
We're going for a long
So
time.
we're gonna sign off here now.
We're gonna finish our sandwiches even though they're cold, but they're still delicious. These amazing Subway sandwiches. Subway Eat Fresh.
Get these things. They're both sandwiches.
If you're ever in the area, just to stop by. We'll promote some water for you, some good water.
We've done it before.
It's we made people a lot of money that way. So we're gonna stop rambling and stop picking our sandwiches and actually eat them.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this has been Locker Talk, episode 17, our first live lunch with Locker Talk. Hopefully we can do this a few more times. Hashtag of the week. Do we have a hashtag of the week? I know I didn't think of one.
You came up with Fido-N's fight.
Fido-N's fight was last week, so it's your turn.
So I would go with hashtag Eat Fresh.
Hold it. Worth the most.